So I wanted to talk to you guys today about difficulty in Monster Hunter. Um, if you haven't been to the channel yet, hello. Tilted Glory Gaming. We play a lot of Monster Hunter here. We also play other things, but a lot of Monster Hunter. We will be playing Monster Hunter Rise when it comes out at the end of the month. This is February 4th currently. So, the end of the month, February 28th, Monster Hunter Rise comes out, or Monster Hunter Wilds comes out. And tune in for that. But there's been some discourse in the community here for quite some time over difficulty in Monster Hunter. Um, and I think some of it is founded in fact that it's not as hard as it used to be. And I think some of it is also just us getting better. Ironically, in the background, I have playing my fight against Fatalis with Greatsword. So enjoy that. But when it comes to difficulty, I think the more you play a series, the easier it gets. So a lot of us veteran hunters, I myself started off with the first game back when it first came out in 2004, and I know a lot of people started in third gen. I know a lot of people started in fifth gen. A lot of people started in fifth gen with World and Rise, and that's great. I love to see more people, you know, coming into the game, coming into the series. But the problem is, you'll never have as hard of a time as your first Monster Hunter game. No other Monster Hunter game is going to be as hard as your first one. It's just how it is. You learn, how to. That was a whiff. You learn, you learn how to predict monster movements. You learn that they are basically, um, they all make sense. The way the monsters move makes sense, which is not something you can say in every game. Uh, so it just becomes easier once you get that knowledge. Um, Now that being said, there was just a community thing done by IGN again. Their final preview of Wilds before it comes out. They had I guess, a deal with uh, Monster Hunter or slash Capcom to cover Wilds all of January. So we've been getting Monster Hunter content from IGN all month, last month. Um, and the comment that was made was the lady beat the first 7 monsters in Wilds without carding. Not without, like, triple carding, without carding. That, I don't know. I mean, if you play defensively enough, I can see it for basically any Monster Hunter game. But, I mean, assuming she was playing like most people play for low rank, eh, I would think not. I mean, if you go back and watch my playthroughs, I think the most feints I have between low rank and high rank is in low rank, just because I don't take monsters seriously at all in low rank. So I just push it and push it and push it. But I digress. I do think monsters need to become faster in the lower ranks because we are becoming faster as hunters. We have more in our arsenal. Um, Now that is a tricky, um, you know, it's a tricky balance to make there because then by the time you get to master rank, they have to be so fast. It is ridiculous. However, I mean, I feel like we were kind of getting there with Sunbreak, anyways. Some of the monsters at the end of Sunbreak are stupid fast with attacks, but the majority of Sunbreak is based off counters. They're doing more counters in the game now with wilds. More weapons have counters again, more so than they did with World or Iceborne. So, maybe the monsters will be faster once we get that far. So that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see monsters at the lower ranks shoot out faster attacks. Maybe not have any more attacks, but just faster. Um, Give that challenge. Now they do have a star system in Wilds, from what I understand, where certain monsters can be higher stars than others. So that too, you don't know. Was she facing higher starred monsters? Was she facing, you know, whatever the lowest star monsters? I don't know. None of us know. None of us can really know how hard the game's going to be until we play it. So I don't think we should all worry too much about it. For one, there's nothing we can do. The game is made. Um, for two, we don't know for sure. So let's wait till the game comes out and then give our opinion from there. I don't think people need to be complaining about it. I understand the controversy that's going on. I understand veteran hunters want a challenge. Um, Unfortunately, the main challenge veteran hunters are going to have is endgame. Up until then, you're not going to be super challenged. Yes, you'll have a hunt here or there that you might faint, but most of the time it is just because of sheer, you know, for the glory, as the name implies. Now, that being said, I give, you know, credence to that, and I say, hey, let the lower ranks be a little bit easier for people coming in. But where I have a problem is where people at the end game, especially at the end of master rank, start complaining about difficulty. When people were complaining about Elatrion in Iceborne, and people were complaining about Fatalis in Iceborne, they're endgame monsters. You're supposed to have the best gear. Stop complaining. Like, this is supposed to be something that's really hard. If this was just another monster, it wouldn't be any fun. Um, I've seen the same thing go for Arch Tempered Velcana. I saw a lot of people, complain about that one. Yeah, her ice beams that go through the walls. Yeah, that's kind of BS. Um, but again, I think Arch Tempered Velcana was the last monster. I think she came after Fatalis. I know I beat her after I beat Fatalis the first time. Um, but you know, if people are going to complain, oh, the game's too hard, whatever at the beginning, uh, don't complain at the end when it's harder. Like, if you want the beginning of it to be easier, like low rank, I understand that. Um, but just know the end game, especially of master rank or G rank, if you're an older hunter, needs to be difficult. It needs to be. If it's not, the series is going to go downhill, and none of us are going to like it. Um, the challenge is half the fun. The the heart pounding, relief that you get, the straight up relief you get after a great hunt, a hunt that you really put your all into before you min maxed for it, before you knew what was going on. That is why we play Monster Hunter. That is why. Um, yeah, the early monsters, they're quirky. They're, fun to a point, but they're never hard. So you don't ever really go back to them. Who really finds themselves going back and fighting Great Jagress in Master Rank? No. No no one's going back and fighting basic Great Jagress in Master Rank. Who is finding themselves going back and fighting Great Azuchi in Master Rank? Who? Nobody. Nobody's going back for that. You come back for the difficult monsters. So it needs to be difficult at the end. If you're if people want it to be, not as hard early game, I get that. I don't agree with it. I'd rather it just be, you know, the monsters have a little bit more chance, but I get it. I do. Um, that being said, I think we all need to cool down a little bit on. I see a lot of articles and I see people, on different websites and um, Reddit and whatnot, just talking about how Monster Hunter's too easy, Monster Hunter's this, Monster Hunter's too hard. It's literally all perspective. Um, and most of this game is not about skill ceiling. Most of it is literally about basically stop trying to be meta and just put on the skills that help you win. I think people will more so lose a hunt by trying to be meta than win a hunt with the meta strategy when they don't know what they're doing. Um, I don't run a lot of meta stuff uh, in my kits, like in my sets that I have. I run a lot of evade window, evade extender. I am a switch axe main primarily at this point. Used to be greatsword, but switch axe now. So, I run a lot of that stuff. I run a lot of power prolonger. I'll run handicraft, stuff like that. Um, I mean, obviously, attack boost, crit boost, stuff like that. But I will give up crit boost for um, something like evade extender at times. If hell, I think Arch Tempered Xeno. I think the way I beat that one was with Tremor Resist. I'm pretty sure I took Tremor Resist in at the end of World to beat Arch Tempered Xeno. I mean, that hurt. That really hurt my soul because I hate Tremor Resist. But that monster just tremors you left and right. So it's the easiest way to win that fight. So that's what you do. I don't know. I just see a lot of people talking about it, and I don't think it is something that is that big of a deal currently. Before we know what the game's like, Rise was obviously easier. It was meant to be easier. It's the portable series. This is another main line. They've said it's on par with how World was for difficulty. So let's just give it a chance. Let's not complain about it too much until we actually know for sure. We have less than a month now. It's 24 days, and we'll be playing the game. So, that being said, the beta is coming out in a couple days here. For anyone already not aware, the no upgrades were made to the beta, other than the fact that Gypsaros is going to be in the beta. Spoiler alert. And I think they've confirmed another secret monster, but I'm not sure. I think they have. But there's going to be two betas. Nothing else has changed as far as difficulty, as far as visuals, as far as performance. So be aware of that if you are going in. That it's not changing as far as that goes. So don't be expecting, greater visuals than the first beta or anything like that. So, but I just wanted to come on, talk to you guys, talk to the community about, difficulty in Monster Hunter. I think it's something that needs to be talked about on a more level basis, where we all just kind of take a step back and think about it for a little bit, because I think people are just overreacting, is what it comes down to. But thanks for watching. This has been Tilted Glory Gaming, and I hope to see you in Wilds. We'll see you next time. Bye. We do win this fight. Go watch it.